on the inside in the 22, Kyle Busch on the outside in the 18. Back up through the gears they go. Kyle Busch chose the outside line. He's going to make it 3 wide per second, though, behind him.
They're all stacked up coming out of one. Allmendinger backs away. Kyle Busch will get away with a lead, but from second, third, fourth, fifth on back, it is a hornet's nest. Bell in the 20 to second. Cindric in third. They'll single out now going through turn 3 for the most part as everybody minds their P's and Q's up to the S's and onto the back straightaway.
And we saw Allmendinger try that 3-wide move on NASCAR America earlier this week. It didn't work out too well, so he thought better of it today. Backed off in 4th position. Look at Clemens, though. Great run for this team today. He has good speed. Ever since this race started, look for that team to have a top 10.
Justin Allgaier hard into the wall. So Allgaier, one of the drivers we expected at the beginning of the season would be running for a championship and be a competitor here at this race, into the wall. And it looked like nobody around him.
Well, this is the risk. I love the call to come get tires because it opened up the strategy, but you have to take care of your car back in the pack. Something has got the 7 turned around and some pretty heavy damage to that right rear quarter panel.
It looked like in the inner loop, maybe getting through the inner loop, just got that car unsettled.
Yeah, it looked like an exit of the bus stop, maybe right in front of Dale Jr. Dale, he was right underneath you.
Yeah, let's see what happened here. Going through there side by side is almost impossible for those guys, and you can see right there just a difficult situation for all drivers involved, and he gets the worst of it.
Yeah, Ross Chastain just gets in so deep, he drives into the left rear quarter panel, and then I think politely said, hey, I've already spun him, so let me spin him completely out and not spin myself out. You see the contact with that tire barrier.
And we're going to see that all day long, guys trying to outbrake each other into that inner loop, and guys not willing to give up that position and trying to race through there side by side. It's ended poorly for several drivers over the years. The damage doesn't look too severe, especially at a road course. They can probably fix that, get that car going, and still be competitive, but this changes their strategy, I'm sure.
Yeah, and what concerns me is the damage is over there by that gas fill. Remember we talked about pit road being backwards? Well, now the gas fill's on the right side, so Jason Burdett here, the crew chief, he's going to come up with a plan to repair this 7 car after an incident with Ross Chastain. 7 car into the barriers here at Watkins Glen.
And the white flag has come out. One more lap in this stage, the first stage. You get 20 laps for stage 1. A side-by-side battle continuing to the inside. That 0-0 of Cole Custer going by the 4 of Ross Chastain, and Custer makes that pass.
He passes for the 14th position. Custer in the 0-0. Now the 4 of Chastain under fire from the 10 of A.J. Allmendinger. They climb the hill. That's turn 3. Right now, Allmendinger, you see him sizing up Chastain, pulling to the inside of turn 4.
And it's a battle for 14th place. Custer to the inside. Look at the 7, though. He doesn't want to go by the 4. Is he looking for a little payback here as they're coming through the inner loop? Out of the inner loop, into the carousel. What is he going to do? He gives him a little bit of bumper. Hey, send him into the tire barrier right there. Payback from earlier. Ross Chastain in the fence.
I wouldn't blame him.
And the green and white checkered and the caution come out. Kyle Busch will win stage 1. And the battle between the 4 of Ross Chastain and Justin Allgaier looks to have been won, I guess you would say won by Justin Allgaier, because it doesn't look like Ross Chastain's going to be able to finish this race.
Yeah, listen, we saw the issue earlier where the 4 got into the 7 in the middle of the inner loop. The 7 ran the 4 down, was on his rear bumper coming out of the inner loop.
Bumper and push them all the way out.
Let's look again at what happened. Junior called it. He was right on his back bumper. Actually gave him a little shove there. Too much momentum for the 4. Sends him into the tire barriers. And Ross Chastain's day is done.
I look at the 10 of A.J. Allmendinger chasing the back of that car up through the S's. That tells you how hard these guys are driving. He's given up a little bit of ground here to Cindric, who's closing in quickly. Handle on that 10 car. Like he said, AJ not extremely thrilled with it, but he's making it work. Starting to get a little pressure here now from the Penske 22. Right behind them, Justin Allgaier keeping these guys close as they go through the carousel here. We got issues in the inner loop. way somehow. He's got a roof flap up there trying to get his car righted. I don't see any damage to the back of that car. Yep, there he is. Quarter panel's knocked in. Somebody pushed him off into that inner loop and turned him around.
The inner loop is the place today where all the action is happening.
It's busy over here.
I'm telling you, it sounds as the 39 continues. You're going to see right here. Here's the replay. It gets contested into the corner. See that before. John Hunter Nemechek gets the 39, and we knew the 12 was going to have to come to pit road. Marty reported they were going to try to stretch their fuel. Well, he came to pit road right there, so Blaney, with what he hopes to be his final pit stop, is on pit road now. 34 laps to go, Marty.
Allmendinger and Bell making up row 1. Allmendinger in the 10 on the outside. Bell in the 20 on the inside. Allgaier with those pressure tires in the 7. He'll be on the inside of row 2. Back up through the gears they go. They'll dive into turn number 1. No advantage between Bell and Allmendinger. Allmendinger off track. They spin behind him. The 11 of Haley goes around. Contact was made. Smoke all over the place. No caution yet. There's a lot of damage on one of the cars, though, as it sits just outside of turn 1. If it can't get fired back up again, they won't be able to continue around.
Down the back straightaway, headed toward the inner loop. Look who's in this battle in the top 3 now, Reddick. And the caution is out, folks. Caution is out for that car stopped over there in turn 1.
And a huge break for the 22. That's what he needed. He got 2 or 3 positions through that melee in turn 1, and now he'll line up somewhere 5th or 6th. So perhaps that call for tires might pay off as we see huge damage on the 93 for Bilicki.
Josh Bilicki, guy who's been a part of sports car racing, had a lot of success on road courses, but the problem there was so many cars fighting for real estate as they got into turn number 1. It was a melee.
You see right here, Justin Haley, the 3rd car closest to you on the screen, gets put 3 wide. And then right here, Briscoe from way back gets down in there just too deep, makes contact. But funny, behind him, there was another issue with the 8, the 19 spin. I think there was 3 separate wrecks that turned into 1 yellow.
There's no way at all Haley could have expected Briscoe to be there. You can see the aggressive moves. Briscoe just way deep in the corner. It's just no way Haley could expect that. Briscoe overdrove the corner, got it to the side of him. That's what you're going to see, though. That's road course restarts. Late race road course restarts. They always get crazy.
Cindric in that 22, Jeff, doing a nice job turning left and avoiding the spinning car of Justin Haley. He went from 9th to 6th on just a few sets of corners.
The big contact for Bilicki was into the door of the 11 of Justin Haley. That's where all the damage took place, right there. They also caught the 19 of Brandon Jones. We ride along with Allmendinger.
Advantage of being on the outside is you have this runoff room, so you can keep the car wound up, use all this. You see the 20 kind of out there. He's going to clear him. That is why he lined up on the left side of that lineup. Right here, you look, everything's fine, everything's fine. Never even sees it coming. The 98 of Briscoe gets him in the left rear, and then, oh, heavy contact. Guess what, Rick? This one's not going to be any smoother.
Yeah, that was Haley trying to get back up through the gears, and look at all the damage